Okay, it almost feels like it's been too long since I've done anything. As normal, everything's a mess in here. I try to clean up and then it just ends up everything all piled up. But what we're getting here is I'll already have posted up the video of picking this thing up. Basically, the guys down south are definitely spoiled in comparison to what we have. Now, I believe this did come from Florida and then it went to Alabama. Basically, I'm going to be doing some stuff to it. I can't find anything wrong with this car. It's, you know, normally like stuff we have here has a little bit of rust in here. I mean, like I said, I showed on the one video, you can find all your VIN tags if you'd like. Nothing looks like it was hit. I mean, like, the intake looks good. Looking down through here, this engine, I mean, the plug-ins, everything is extremely clean. It's just really, really amazing how clean this is. It's missing the heat shield, but like even looking at the manifold is actually clean. And you know, it's just very, very nice. I mean, looking around the car, it's showing its age. The paint, a little bit of cracks. I don't know if this is better or worse. It's starting to get cracks in the paint, which, you know, more sun all year long, no winters. You know, driven car sitting outside. Whew, man, just very, very nice. I mean, there was a couple small door dings. Other than the paint showing its age on this car, there was one, not a door ding here. I'm gonna say it, the worst thing I've seen on this car. All right, so as I walk back here, really the only thing that catches my eye on this car, other than the paint showing its age, is right here. This sticks out just a little bit. See it? I don't know how well it's picking it up in the video, but that made me think, along with seeing this scratch right here, that someone at one time had locked the keys in the car, and someone had went through there and jimmied the lock to open it. Which is sometimes what, you know, a lock, someone coming to unlock it, whether it's a tow truck driver or somebody else would know them. The interior of this car is actually immaculate. Normally I don't put floor mats in cars, but if you take a look, this thing is very clean. I put this stuff in here so that I don't get anything dirty. There's a little bit of cracking in the seat. I mean, this is a little flat here. And there's some cracking here, but you know, we're talking a 2004. This car is actually in really, really good shape. The headliner is really nice. You know, the visors, I mean, this thing is just, honestly, it's super, super clean. You know, the back seat is really nice. I can tell you that the tint has been on this for a long time. There's no sun fade in any of these seats or any of the interior, which was, you know, definitely a plus with the tint that was done. The car has, let's see what I've got in here. I mean, these custom little sill plates somebody had made are really nice. This looks like pretty clean inside there. I mean, even I opened the trunk, I didn't see anything. Like I said, basically what we're doing is I'm going over this and I'm making a list of stuff that needs to be done. All right, so I did have a chance to look this thing over, and I'm going to grab the flashlight because it's hard to see. I noted some things that I had seen. It's going to be having some stuff taken care of while it's here. Okay, we're planning for timing belt, water pump. We're going to be installing an ACT clutch. I believe we're going to be doing all 4 motor mounts. We're looking probably for like solid center and some torque solution. Probably putting some BC coilovers on this and maybe some other things. Basically, like I said, I did a quick look over this thing and this is what I found. Let's just check this stuff out. We'll start here in the back and then I'll point out just how nice some of this stuff is. So looking in through here, this is the rear wheel well. You can see a little bit of wetness down there on the strut and up there in the top. But yeah, look, no surface rust anywhere on this car. Look how nice and clean the stock exhaust is. There's a little bit of an exhaust leak right there. I think the exhaust was off and it had aftermarket, but he put the stock back on. So I don't think it was on here its entire life. Yeah, you can see, look, 1604 on the bumper cover in the back. No rust on the bumper rear support. But here we go. You can see we have oil down our strut. So both rear struts are leaking oil on this. All right, slide over here. Okay, a little bit of oil on that one. Just very nice underneath this entire car. There's a little bit of, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but there looks like there's a little bit of bend up there in the front in that pinch rail, but very minimal. And honestly, anytime I see these, they're always damaged, bent. There's always some kind of damage up there. There is no, these, I mean, they honestly, they look like brand new. These bolts, I mean, this is what cars looked like when I started messing with these things. Maybe local where I'm at, man, you know, when I was getting them from the southern, down south, a state or so, they were looking like this, and even some of the local ones were almost looking this nice. But we're talking 7 years ago, easy 7 years ago. All right, let's go up front. All right, here we go. Now, looks like it might have had a lip two-face taped on there at one time, but everything is here. The scraper, the plastic's up in here in the front. I mean, we're talking, like I said, we're talking a car. It does have 103 on it. Looks like there is some oil leaking around here. When we have the clutch out, we're probably gonna, you know, inspect our rear main seal. We're gonna check that out. It has the normal oil that gets in your, you know, that's just normal. Every single one I've seen has the oil dripping out of there. Looks like, you know, that lower ball joint right there has got the boot tore, so we might need to do something there. These things here, they go like that. It's supposed to help push air up over the power steering cooler. Nothing bad there. Like I said, no damage. There's no damage to the core support the whole way across, no damage to any of the lower suspension. All that stuff just looks good. All right, checking up in there. These like to try to get the light here. What'll happen is the fourth mount goes out, and then this right here will rub a hole. There is actually, you can feel a little bit of an indent. Nothing terrible. It's not rubbing on it. We got a Mopar filter on here. I mean, everything just looks pretty nice. I think he had thought that maybe the clutch was replaced, but it looks like it's actually the stock clutch in the car. Just like I said, I'm just impressed on how clean and how nice this car is. It's very, very nice. Still need to check these ball joints, but I did notice, I don't know, hopefully I can get this a video of this to show you. Just gonna see what's gonna work out best here. All right. See if you can see this. All right, that is a bad tie rod end. Okay. That is a bad inner tie rod end, and the way to do that is you look right there's the outer tie rod, and then in there's the inner tie rod. You'll look between the spindle, which is below the little heat shield that's on here, and the tie rod, and you'll be able to see that that inner part will stay and the spindle will move. Well, what'll happen is I don't have any play here, but I have my inner moving, the whole inner's moving the whole way in there. It's kind of hard to see when I'm holding the camera in my hand trying to do this. I mean, these struts over here really clean, very clean. Yeah, there you go. But a little bit of bend on the pinch rail from someone at one time, but absolutely no rust. And then I think this side over here had a bad tie rod end on the outer. Just double check this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. The way I check the ball joints is I'll pull the wheel off and I'll put a pry bar between the lower part of the spindle, and then I'll pry in between there and the ball joint, and basically if it pushes up out, then you know it's bad. You can press ball joints into these control arms, or I just normally just buy whole new replacement control arms. You can buy good ones, or you can buy even the cheap ones and have, you know, $50, $60, $70, $80 a set, and you know they'll work just fine for quite some time. The problem is the factory ones don't have anywhere to grease them. I mean, I like I said, I see normal stuff. The pressure switch is leaking a little bit on the rack and pinion. Like I said, there's oil in that charge pipe. This thing, the what would you call that? The anti-static straps that come down from the motor mount bolt holes to the struts they're there. They're still in good shape. That's something you just don't see. So the small list that I have, I mean, you know, nitpicky, besides what we're going to be actually, you know, doing, like I said, fixing a couple of the small oil leaks when I'm in there, and I'm going to probably take care of that stuff. Might end up, if it stays stock manifold, you know, I would install an upper shield on this just because I would. It needs a bracket for these to be supported so they're not hanging, bouncing around. That's something I would take care of. Like I said, the lower ball joints, they need checked out. It's just, wow, you know, like every nut and bolt is nice. You can tell this was replaced, but the uppers always go bad. They always go bad. Just the condition, like this, I can tell you, is all original. Almost looks as nice as it almost looks brand new, like the one I just stuck on my car. That's brand new. The headlight bolts are all where they're supposed to be. I don't see anything out of place. This is normal, this stuff here. And then I guess the way these were put, because this isn't right. One of these was replaced. One of them's still the OEM. But like I said, that's normal. These all like dry from the heat and stuff that comes off of here. I'll put some glue on here and I'll glue this heat shield back up. It's just very, very impressive how nice this stuff is. What's this brake fluid look like? Brake fluid's low. I'm not sure what the amount is on the brake pad. I did not look. But any older car would suggest, and there I am with the ums. I would just suggest flushing that out. If anytime I do anything with the brakes on these, I always flush that stuff out. The clutch was already done. I believe that was all flushed out with new fluid. So anyway, there's going to be some videos coming of this car, getting a bunch of stuff done to it. You're going to get to see it. Like I said, the car is really nice. It came from the South. It's here to have some matte love, I guess you could say, and be better. So there's that. That's projects in the works. I'm just going to call it Project Alabama, basically, just because it's from Alabama. So real good guy, real good friend. So we're going to get this thing taken care of, and it's going to be one step at a time. This is going to be a good bit of money in parts, so we're going to try to space it out a little bit, but we're going to get everything together and knock this thing out.